Alright, so here we go again. A lot of you guys have told me, and based on what I've been reading, that a lot of you folks, guys and gals out there, love when I do these debunks of crappy, shitty Screenrant articles. And boy, we have quite the, we have found quite the yikes article here. 20 memes that show Dragon Ball Super makes no sense. Okay, now look. It's obvious to me that Screenrant and a lot of these websites create these articles just to make cheap clicks and make cheap money. That's what they're there to do. They don't give a damn about Dragon Ball, the community. Most aren't even real fans. But some of these articles are so bad that the articles themselves, just the titles of the articles, before you even read them, are confusing. 20 memes that show Dragon Ball Super makes no sense. So what this person is apparently doing is that they are using memes to explain plot holes. The problem is that when you go through the article, I don't know if whoever wrote it mistitled the article or if they don't understand what the term plot hole actually means, which I think is very likely because I sometimes question the, how can I put it, intellect of some of these people. I'm not trying to be a dick, but it just seems that way. Comprehension. Let's go ahead and go through the article. So first thing I want to say here about this is, again, 20 memes that show Dragon Ball Super makes no sense. First of all, memes in the Dragon Ball community. 95% of the memes that I've seen regarding Dragon Ball are absolute trash. It's either not funny or it's, to me, the not funny ones are just not funny. But then there's the ones that claim to have facts, and the facts are either incorrect, filled with misinformation, or they are obvious facts like, hey, did you know Goku had a son named Gohan? Like, stuff like that. So Dragon Ball memes are just, for the most part, trash. There are a few funny ones. Most of them are horrible. So already this article's off to a bad start. It's written by somebody named Crillon. I don't know who that is. Probably somebody trying to make a quick buck off of, Dragon Ball. Doesn't really know much. And you can tell when we go through this what they really know. So she introduced the article by talking about how big Dragon Ball is and, talking about Dragon Ball Fighter's success and all these different things. And it talks about, like, things are immortalized in meme form. Okay? So let's talk about these memes. So the first one is MS Paint even a thing anymore? Dragon Ball Super MS Paint confirmed. So I'm not sure if she's trying to debunk the meme or say the meme is stupid. But here we go again. One thing these articles love to do is bring up Dragon Ball Super Episode 5. Even though myself and Anime AJ have already explained that, yes, Dragon Ball Super Episode 5 had problems and it fell apart production-wise, it was really something that is kind of just in Episode 5. Other episodes had bad animation, a handful of them, but it's not the majority. It's, in fact, the extreme minority. But these articles that don't know anything about Dragon Ball continue to bring up Episode 5. So the joke is, the animators are using MS Paint. It's really not funny. And she's saying, here's where things get really insulting right here. How could a major series allow scenes to be broadcast that like they were drawn by children? And then she talks about how, first of all, that's insulting right there. Then she says, that may not be the animator's fault. And then she goes into the whole thing about animation working environment. So if you already know that the working environments in Japan are bad, you don't even take 5 more minutes to actually look and see why that is. So she goes around here saying that, you don't have a degree or work experience to be an animator, and then in Japan, many workers are hired very young with no actual experience. If you had done your research, honey pie, you would have known that this artwork here was outsourced, and that Toei, when they get low on production, they outsource it. It has nothing to do with the country of Japan, but of course, you would know that because you're a shitty fucking blogger who doesn't know anything about Dragon Ball. And I'm not trying to be mean here. I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm just getting really sick and tired of these articles. Like, it's literally nobody has a damn clue. There's not a single person on Screenrant that even takes 5 minutes to do any kind of real research. It's irritating to me. It's insulting. Difference between cartoons and anime. In cartoons and anime. First of all, let me tell you why this meme is stupid. Number one, because Sonic is from Japan. Sonic is Japan. Like, this whole idea of cartoons and anime being two different things, like, I get it. I don't think so because it's all animation. It's just different country of origin. But the problem is that Sonic is from Japan. Sonic is more like anime than a cartoon. And she talks about the difference between, cartoons and anime. How anime can be targeted for, older audiences, which Dragon Ball, by the way, is not. It's just a different culture. And they're talking about like the round art and the more bright colors, and I'm just thinking, dude, like Dragon Ball Super is one of the brightest colored anime ever. Like I don't even know what she's even talking about. And again, so I don't know how. Again, explain to me how this means this. 20 memes that show Dragon Ball Super make no sense. How do the fact that it's an anime and not a cartoon, how does that justify you saying that it makes no sense? That's stupid. You're stupid. You are stupid for making this article. Now I'm being mean. The secret to Goku's strength. Dragon Ball Super continues the time-honored tradition of Goku getting stronger when his shirt comes off. Goku does not get stronger when his shirt comes off. Goku's shirt comes off because he's in the heat of battle and things get serious. Goku is already stronger. That's like obvious. Literally obvious. Is it a trope in Dragon Ball? Yes, and she points out that it is a trope. That when Goku gets his shirt ripped off, it means that he means business. But it doesn't mean that he gets stronger. So here we go with number 17. How did the art get worse? Okay. Again, this person obviously couldn't think of 20 things, so they had to take a couple of things and reuse them. We've already talked about the animation up here with number 20, but because they don't have any ideas, they're doing it again. Now, this image in particular, this meme is so cringy, it's not even like worth discussing, but I'm gonna debunk this meme, okay? What you see here in the top image is from Dragon Ball Z Movies 12, Fusion Reborn. What you see here is from Dragon Ball Super Episode 5. One is a big budget motion picture with all the key animators, all the top animation supervisors, with several months of budget, several months of, not budget, but several months of production time, high quality animation filmed in high quality film for a theater, and then a TV series that had literally 4 months or 4 weeks to get their stuff together. That was outsourced. You are comparing a movie, a theatrical movie, to a TV show. It's mind-boggling. Like, do you not even know? Like, do you not even know this is from a movie? It's just, like, these articles have to stop. Okay, street smarts. I'm going to slap some sense into you and then starting to think that's not how it works. This whole meme is supposed to say that when Goku uses his hands open-handed, it's more effective than him using his fist. I mean, that's so stupid. That is so mind-bogglingly dumb over a little joke with Goku smacking Frieza, which, by the way, that slapping sense into you is a dub-only line from Z. So, I mean, Goku doesn't even say that. But he does smack Frieza around. I mean, that does happen. It's just, I don't understand how that makes Dragon Ball Super nonsensical. Like, how does that make sense? I don't get it. And then their whole thing is, like, what she's saying is that, oh, by the end of Super, Frieza might reform his evil ways. He never said that. Like, she says right here, making things even more interesting is the fact that Frieza was sort of reformed throughout Super. Originally a villain, by the end of the series, Frieza promises to reform his evil ways. Frieza never made that promise. Frieza never once said he was going to reform. He never said that. Did you even pay attention to the damn show, bro? Crossovers between two anime. And they're showing that Dragon Ball Super and Yu-Gi-Oh! Have dragons that look similar. The problem with this is that there have been dragons depicted throughout the history of mankind that predate Yu-Gi-Oh! And Dragon Ball by literally 200 years. So you saying that Yu-Gi-Oh! Copied Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball copied Yu-Gi-Oh! As far as dragon designs makes you an uncultured swine. Give me a break. How does that mean Dragon Ball Super makes no sense? Again, I don't get. It's stupid. Vegeta's possible long-term injury. So this meme is that Vegeta's always getting his left arm injured. Yeah, that is something that happens to Vegeta. It's a funny little trope that Dragon Ball does seem to reuse. How does that even ruin Super in any way? And then she goes on to write, does he have a bad habit of skipping arm day? It doesn't matter if you work out your arm. If you get kicked hard or attacked in your arm, it's going to hurt. Like, the mentality here, like, this person never seen the other side of a gym before, I can tell you that much. You're telling me that all these characters are lacking in their training in a series made up of training? And it says, Vegeta's arm becomes injured seemingly at random and without even actually being attacked in the arm by itself. Android 18 kicked him in the arm. It's in the series. She kicked and broke his arm. It's there. It's mind-boggling. And she even talks about, like, she even mentions that 18, breaks his arm right here. So if you know that 18 broke his arm, why are you saying in the same thing, is he skipping arm day? That's dumb. Destroy all humans. Hates humans for hurting each other. Tries to fix it by hurting humans. This is really stupid. Because how many villains throughout the history of fiction have disliked humans because of the way they treat each other, but wanted to wipe them out for the betterment of the universe? Zamasu's not the first one. And it's not just that humans hurt each other, it's the fact that humans are interacting with gods or, mortals. So it's like, again, your example of trying to say that Dragon Ball Super is dumb because of that, no. You can say Zamasu's motives can be questioned, because he may have turned evil a bit too soon, maybe, but his motivation was that he didn't think that mortals are worthy of life because they were hanging out with gods and because they just were Neanderthals. That's in the series. A game of cat and mouse. So it's the Tom and Jerry joke. Okay. They're talking about, how Tom and Jerry have a similar dynamic but they don't. They don't. Like, Tom and Jerry are cat and mouse. That is the only thing they have in common with Beerus and Whis. The only thing. We've never seen... Dragon Ball Super in anime or manga have never depicted Beerus wanting to eat Jerry or beat him up or whatever, or Catella. He's never had any real jealousy of him. They have a rivalry, but Beerus seems to be a lot more, calm about it. He doesn't like Catella, but he never cucks to him. I don't understand. Like, I just don't get where the comparison is. The little brown mouse was constantly coming up with all sorts of elaborate ways to fend off that big gray cat. That's not what happens, though. That never happens in Super. When does Beerus even try to go after Catella, like physically? That never happens. This might be the worst article I've ever read in my life, dude. This might be right up there. A way to a god's heart is through his stomach. So they talk about, like, Yamcha and, how they gave Goku, or they gave Beerus food. Okay. The moment where Crillon saved the planet. This meme is fucking stupid. Because the one who saved the planet was Goku for fighting Beerus. Because Beerus was going to destroy the planet if he didn't get Super Saiyan God. And he got it. Where does Crillon factor into any of this? Beerus was already mad. He wanted the ritual. Goku did the ritual. Crillon didn't even help with the ritual. Why is that even... And then it says here... Crillon was originally portrayed as sort of selfish and refusing to conform to rules. Did you even watch Dragon Ball? He has also been said to be weaker than other Saiyans. He's not a Saiyan. How can he be weaker than other Saiyans if he's not a Saiyan? I'm just... Like, you understand where I'm coming from with these people. They don't even watch the fucking series. Comparisons to supervillain icons. Joker and Harley Quinn in Dragon Ball Super. Okay. Yeah, it's a clown and I guess whatever the hell Harley Quinn is. That's about it. That's about it. Because, geez, dude, Belmont or Vermouth is absolutely nothing like the Joker at all. He is nothing like the Joker. It's just like, wow, it's a clown. Let's compare it to Batman. Whatever. This one really pisses me off. This one actually pisses me off. Like father, like sons. So the idea here is that Dragon Ball Episode 1, Dragon Ball Z Episode 1, and Dragon Ball Super Episode 1 showed a father saving his son. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 problems here. Number one. Goku is not the son of Son Gohan. Grandpa Gohan. That's his adopted grandson. Number 2. This scene was not in Dragon Ball Episode 1, you stupid idiot. This scene was in Dragon Ball Z Episode 2 when they revealed that Goku had fallen and hit his head. Grandpa Gohan was dead at the beginning of Dragon Ball. Grandpa Gohan didn't even meet Goku until the Baba Saga when he was a ghost. He was already dead. We didn't even see this scene in Dragon Ball Episode 1. It wasn't even there. Dragon Ball Episode 1's Goku meeting Bulma and then going on their adventure. Like, who the hell made this and actually thought it was Dragon Ball Episode 1? Like, you gotta be a moron to think that. Like a legit idiot. Like, that's right there is like, I never watched Dragon Ball. And the whole idea is, oh, it's funny they used this trope again. But they didn't. Maybe these two have something in common. Maybe Goten and Gohan do. But that's where it ends. Yikes, bro. Yikes. Gohan needs a hug. That's right. Hug him like he never hugged me. here we go with the, essentially Piccolo raised Gohan and was much more of a father to him than Goku ever was. I'm really tired of the Piccolo was a better father than Goku meme. Like, if you want to make jokes about all this, that's fine, but it's really played out. It really is. Piccolo did not raise Gohan. Piccolo trained Gohan for a year. Piccolo trained Gohan for 1 year. Piccolo did not raise Gohan. Goku trained Gohan for a year in the Room of Spirit and Time. Does that mean that suddenly they're even? No. Like, that's dumb. That is dumb. To be fair, Goku has basically tricked into getting married and having kids. Goku was never tricked into being married and having kids. Goku accepted the marriage from Chi-Chi. He was tricked because he didn't know what the word marriage actually meant. But he wasn't tricked into it. Goku could have told her no anytime he wanted to. Goku could have legitimately said, you know what, I'm not marrying you. I'm not having kids with you. But he didn't. He did it anyways. Like, come on, bro. Goku's not that stupid. And then the whole story is that Gohan's a better father than Goku. And it's just, okay, it's one of those, I watched it at dubbed 15 years ago, and I think I remember, but I don't know what I'm talking about articles. It's just really bad. And they're talking about Gohan must have suffered due to the lack of interaction with their father. I'm like, dude, come on. Too many transformations. Do you think there will be a Super Saiyan God 2 and 3? Which there wasn't, and I knew there wasn't going to be. So here, essentially, she's talking about how there are too many transformations in Dragon Ball. I agree with that. I actually kind of agree with that. And yes, there are too many transformations. Does that make Super bad? Well, it's a criticism. I don't think it ruins the series, though. It's whatever. A better way to win. Wait a second. If all remaining 28 fighters attacked Jiren at once, we could have a chance for survival. So why do I have to fight him alone? Why are we at this point still doing Mortal Kombat style fights 1 versus 1? Yeah, there are some very dumb decisions made in Tournament of Power. I agree with that completely. Right? In that they do that way too much in Dragon Ball, but that's just how it is. Now, you can always make an argument that, yeah, this is kind of dumb, but they were doing this in Dragon Ball and Z. They were doing this in Dragon Ball and in Z. So it's nothing that's new to Super, you know. Frieza's master plan. Ask Goku to work for him, but he refuses. Goku is indirectly working for Frieza by fighting Jiren for him. No, he's not. He's working on the same team as Goku for survival. Did you not pay attention? Frieza's not working for Goku. Frieza's fighting to survive. It has nothing to do with Goku or Vegeta. He wants to survive. He made a deal with Goku, and that's that. It's just, it's dumb. Like, it's just really, really dumb. And again, here's how you can tell someone. Let me give y'all a little clue about someone's knowledge on Dragon Ball, how to really easily tell. Frieza ruled as Emperor of Planet Trade Organization. Anybody who uses the term Planet Trade Organization, which was nowhere in the anime or the manga, in none of the dubs, is reading Dragon Ball Wiki and getting their information. There is no such thing as the Planet Trade Organization. It is made up. It is a term made up. It's Frieza's empire. That's what it is. But people using the term Planet Trade Organization as if it was actually said in the series don't know what they're talking about. It's Dragon Ball Wiki bullshit. Terrible freaking article. Just terrible. Horrible. And then he's like, Goku doesn't team up with Frieza, but Sora does all the hard work for him. And I'm like, Frieza almost damn near killed himself by the end. Goku's fighting because he wants to fight. Frieza was just a bit smarter by saving his power for the end. Do you not pay attention? Why do I keep asking that? Tributes on tributes on tributes. The image that pops up when searching for Dragon Ball Super is not Dragon Ball Super. Again, I don't understand what this has to do at all with Dragon Ball Super being bad. You're basically comparing fan art and saying, oh, well, the fan art's better. How does that make Super bad, though? Stupid. Sometimes Goku isn't quite himself. What the hell did you do to my face, Toei? Again, here we go again now for a third time talking about animation. Again, here we go. Meme points at directly at the anime studio behind the series Toei Animation. So it's like the third time now where it's like, I don't have a thing to put here, so I'm going to talk about the animation again that I don't know anything about. Embarrassing. Older but wiser. Why is Master Roshi in the team? We are clearly better than him. And then they show Roshi talking about the next generation, blah, blah, blah. And the whole old guy thing. Okay, so it says here, Beerus the God trains Whis, not Roshi. Well, no. Whis trains Beerus. However, Goku, the Super Saiyan God, trains with the old guy Roshi. Goku, when he trained with Roshi, was not a Super Saiyan God. He was just Goku when he was a kid. Goku didn't train with Roshi when he was a god, except for to learn the Mafuba. So that's wrong again. And it's like they're talking about how, Roshi got more screen time than Goten and Trunks. Is that a reason to say Super makes no sense? Maybe. Because Goten and Trunks are stronger. Maybe. This is the one where you might have a point. But it's still kind of a dumb point. But there might be a point there. Brothers against brothers, kind of. Tag team battle that should have been in GT. Battle that we'd better see in Super, and we didn't get it, okay? Again, this never happened. We never saw Goku and Vegeta against Beerus and Champa. Is that a negative against Super? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. How does this prove that Super makes no sense if there's a fight you wanted to see that you didn't get? How is that a plot hole? How is that nonsensical? How is that in any way a con against Super? If there's so many things you could say about Super being bad and plot holes and time travel nonsense and the Trunks arc and power-ups, and none of that was in this article. They just took memes that were supposed to be funny and they weren't and turned it into an article that was damn near cringy. And it's like, nothing here says anything about Super. And then at the end, can you think of any other Dragon Ball Super memes that prove the show doesn't make sense? I mean, dude, you haven't even gotten one that proves the show doesn't make sense. So again, this article is just absolutely atrocious. Easily one of the worst ones I've ever read. This Carolyn Burke, I'm sorry, you have lost your right to talk about Dragon Ball. You don't know what you're talking about. You didn't make any points at all in this video except for maybe one I'll give you. It's embarrassing. Screenrant is trash. And I would highly recommend, if you don't ever go to their website, just watch my video debunking them, because it's legitimate freaking trash. I'm tired of being a nice guy.